I have always seen spirits. I have seen death. It turned to me. It looked at me. I felt cold. Now, in my experience, when it comes to inhuman spirits, demonic presences are very different. I feel like these were the majority of the ones that were in the house. Maybe there was a lot of traffic of ghosts and things like that, but I very, very, very strongly recognize the demonic presence that was in the house, and it felt like an infestation. I've had a demon charge at me. I remember I had mustered up the courage to like dart out of my room and get into my parents' bed, and I was on the far left next to my mom on the edge of the bed. I was laying on the bed and I would look over and I felt it approaching. I felt it sneaking. And I remember getting so upset. I remember getting so mad, like this thing is lurking and it wants to scare me, and it just who the fuck does it think it is? I got mad in that way towards this thing because I was so sick of it. And I remember as I was laying down, I had my eyes open and I said it in my mind. I said, this fucker is gonna wait until I'm not paying attention to do something. So I waited and I waited, and as soon as I felt like my guard had slightly come down, I still knew something was gonna happen. I felt the biggest wave of energy and air and actual physical push, like physics, like when you feel a ball get thrown beside you and you feel the air smack you in the face. It felt like that. Have you ever seen someone try to start a fight and they go, what bitch, what? They do that little like come at me thing. It did that with such fucking strength right next to me, and I turned and I started screaming and kicking and I started cursing, and I was like, you motherfucker. I started cursing at it in Spanish. I said everything I could because I was so mad. I was so upset that it would dare do that to me. Like I was off the walls, and I woke my family up, and they started singing hymns because at that point we all knew that shit was going around. And it wasn't until after a while of singing hymns and then putting oil on everyone's foreheads, aceite, that everyone would just calm down and try to go back to sleep, because it was another day in a haunted house. And yes, we had people come and pray. We had prayer circles. We had church meetings at the house. We had a bunch of stuff. Nothing happened. Nothing changed. It stayed there. It was so deeply embedded in the walls that it wouldn't move. Something I could tell you about demons is that they will only really bother you and attack you to soak up your energy, to drain you, to make you irritable and angry and stressed. They feed off of those things as much as they feed off of fear. That just makes them bigger. They are instigators. So they'll poke and they'll prod and they'll make you stressed and they'll make you feel heavy, so much to the point that you as a person, if you don't know what's going on, will just explode on everyone in the house. Which, by the way, there was always a fight in the house. There was always angry people in the house. We would always just have really bad relationships. Like me and my mom would always fight, like horrible fights that wouldn't even seem normal. Now these things can take on the form of literally anything. They could take the form of Slenderman. They could take the form of Grandpa Julio. They could take the form of anything. They trick and they deceive and they lie. But take heart that demons will not mess with you if you're not worth messing with. They will not waste their time on you unless you are important or meant for something in some way, shape, or form.